Right, this is Addison Cook's introduction speech. An entire personality can be explained by three formative experiences. The time a parrot looked at you dead in the eyes in a pet store and simultaneously excreted on the floor. Maybe a particularly squeaky floorboard that kept giving you away in your childhood home when you just wanted to sneak downstairs for some snacks. Perhaps knowing the fact that two rats can have upwards to 6,000 babies in their lifetime. Wow. Speaking of complex systems, it was around third grade when I realized I myself was made of me, which led me here today. Unfortunately, I'm not here to talk about my weirdly uncomfortable story times, but to the times where I displayed certain characteristics that made me, well, myself. But as it turned out, those three things actually do a decent job of introducing a person like me. Someone who's observant, particular about details, and comfortable with the unusual. And while I've yet to find a position as professional mourner, the kind of person who notices these things is exactly the kind of person you'll want to hire for this role. So let me tell you a few stories about myself that prove my qualifications for such a task. Back to the time of roughly the golden 8 years of 6th grade, freshly starting middle school, as everyone was making friends, picking groups, and so on, I myself was simply in the corner, contemplating who the hell it was idea to start censorship in literature and the school curriculum. Yet, as I was in the corner, being more than individualistic than my other classmates, allowing me to strive with little social interaction and give myself a sense of individuality. Without the constant need for reassurance, or perhaps the praise one may need. Allowing me to strive with such little social interaction and with a large sense of individuality, without the constant need for reassurance and praise. Looking back at it, it is realized that what looked like to be antisocial was really me doing the first real unguided creative work I've ever done. Training was done to find the fascination of what no one finds fascinating, but within my own creative inner landscape. So going into my creativity, the habit of introspection became the fuel for the unusual, eventually leading me to dive headfirst into the world of improvisation. As a child, I was rather the artsy kid, and coming out to your parents as a theater kid would most likely have the same effect, but be much more entertaining. If you added you live in the country and you lived on a farm with strict beer women and rednecks and stupid crap, but sadly that's not the case and it was rather boring. Yet though my creativity, I've learned, had expressed myself, probably in the most unorthodox ways. Or perhaps my great acting skill is going into somewhere I'm not supposed to be and acting like I was totally invited, because who doesn't love the free food? Now, so there you have it. A tour of my very own mind to a particularly judgmental parrot, to my questionable acting performances or weird stories. Nevertheless, strange as it may sound, these seemingly disconnected experiences are the basis for my personality, creativity, and the ability to pay attention to the details. The point is, these qualifications that make someone a little unusual, a little bit autistic, are the same ones that make someone detail-oriented, adaptable, and a creative problem solver. Unlike those 6,000 potential rat babies, a much more manageable and productive return on investment can be promised. And that is my speech.